So first time up here on stage, give it up super hard for Neptunius. Yeah! You're gonna rock it.
This shit just got real. She opened the door to the bedroom and saw 5 of us there laid out on the bed, massaging each other. She could feel the energy in the room and knew she wanted to be a part of it. We all turned to look and saw a curly blonde woman with a curvy, statuesque figure standing there at the door, who timidly asked, "Can I join?" We welcomed her in. She laid on the bed face down, and we started to massage her. We could hear her moans. At this point, none of us even knew her name, so let's just call her Cat for the purpose of this story, because we were all petting her and she was purring. When she moaned more and more, she was saying yes. And we massaged her harder and harder, focusing all our energies on stimulating her whole body. Now, you all know where this is going, right? But to be perfectly honest, in that moment, I did not. I had no idea that just 10 minutes later, there would be a writhing cesspool of flesh in front of me, and Kat would be simultaneously eating out and being eaten out. And when I saw that sex train in front of me, it hit me. So this is what an orgy is like. Now, I never would have imagined myself in an orgy situation like this. Never mind being up here and telling all of you perverts about it. You beautiful, beautiful perverts. I may be standing before you today looking like some sort of sex-positive avatar of the Castro. But... Woo! But I didn't always look like this, and You see, San Francisco is a very special place, and it can change people. Before I came here, I was a very different person. I was a fairly heteronormative guy, had a very analytical mind, and did not consider myself to be a creative person. I had been in 3 very long-term monogamous relationships with 3 beautiful, curvy women. Woo! I know what I like. I wasn't that romantic. I liked puzzles more than poetry. Hell, I know more digits of pi than sex partners I've had. Like way more, okay? I had come here trained as a computer scientist, and I was playing that role that I thought had been given to me. I wasn't in touch with my creative side. In fact, I didn't wear anything like this. I was still wearing those dorky cargo pants and button-up shirts and really just out of touch of fashion. Look, you hang around with gay men long enough and you'll learn something. But it all changed when I went to Burning Man. Burning Man is where I got in touch with my colors. The first thing I decided when I first participated in Burning Man was that I would be blue. Yes. Blue was always my favorite color. I loved it. I got blue socks and shoes and pants and a shirt and a jacket and a cane and a top hat, and I dyed my hair blue and I had blue glasses and all the way, man. To me, blue represented something special, the cool color, this powerful tranquility embodied by the Sea of Neptune. And that is why I went by the name Neptunius at Burning Man. Neptunius was a persona that I kind of just invented by accident, and it helped me get in touch with my creative side. Something about donning this blue suit and feeling different in it helped me to feel free to dance and sing, to tell stories and write poetry, to make arts and crafts, and generally just recognize that I am a creative person. I can do that. Now, a lot of shit happens at Burning Man, as you might have heard. A lot of shit. So I won't tell you much. I'll give you just one moment. 2012, at Opulent Temple, a massive stage with speakers and sound blaring and musicians and fire spinners all around, and I'm surrounded by thousands of costumed freaks just dancing their hearts out. And there was something really special about the energy there. I look and I see there's a man in a complete hazmat suit with alien life forms coming out of his brain like he's just come from some CDC disaster. And there's a woman wearing this exquisite white dress and parasol with L-wire wrapped around it, like Cinderella came through the Tron universe. And then there was a man who was dressed in the most impeccable 18th century British sailing uniform, complete with his regalia and his little shoulder duster things. And his hat was the crowning achievement of it all. The hat itself was a 2-foot tiny replica of a sailing ship, complete with wooden masts and tiny cloth sails. I was like, holy fucking shit, that guy really put a lot of thought into that. Wow, what the fuck? And he's just dancing his heart out there. He doesn't give a shit if that hat like fell off and destroyed everything because he is living it. And that's what hit me at Burning Man was people are having so much fun because they're really expressing themselves 100%. And that's what I realized is I feel most alive when I'm expressing myself and bringing it 100 fucking percent. Woo! And for me, my Neptunius persona and my blue outfit is what unlocked that creativity in me, my ability to express that part of myself that was present but unexpressed. And the blue suit gave me a certain feeling that I cannot describe to you, but it was powerful. Something about the color. Now, something else that will make people feel a certain way is texture. Just imagine what it feels like to wear a silk set of pajamas. I was invited to a party at my friend's warehouse space in Soma, and the theme was V for velour. Our Velcro overlords had been oppressing us, forcing us to wear Velcro, these scratchy outfits all day long. And the Velourians had had enough of the tyranny and would strike back, have a revolution, and wear velour in the softest materials imaginable. So we're all here at this party in the warehouse, and there's blacklight paintings on the wall popping out at you, and people dancing and music, and I found myself in a little cuddle puddle. There with 4 of my close friends on the biggest fucking beanbag ever. We called it the love sack. We're just appreciating the textures, kind of petting each other and realizing, oh, this feels good. And the petting became a little heavier. Mm-hmm. And we were a little overwhelmed by all of the people dancing around us and not knowing what we're doing and watching. So we wanted a little privacy, and we retreated into a bedroom in the back of the warehouse. There, we lied on the bed, pulled out massage oil, and shirts started coming off, and we were like really getting into it. And that is when Kat opened the door. the catalyst for the whole experience. We welcomed her in immediately, started massaging her and focusing all her energy and and like I said, you know where this is going, but I'm not normally the type to make sexual advances on a complete stranger whose name I don't even know. But I had two friends there who were a little more familiar with situations like this, shall we say. And, to protect the innocent, or the not so innocent, let's just call them Jack and Jill, okay? So Jack starts really rubbing her cat's breasts and getting into it, and and she's screaming for more, telling us to advance. Jill starts stroking her legs and touching her crotch and some real heavy petting. It didn't take long before all of Kat's clothes were off, and she turned over, and Jack there goes and eats her out. Oh, we're all just absorbing the sounds of this, really appreciating it. Sooner or later, everyone's nearly got their clothes off. Kat turns over and starts eating out Jill herself. And I'm there kind of as support, massaging Jill's breasts, like kissing her a little bit, making sure she's feeling comfortable and all right. And I was fucking intimidated, man. I don't know what I'm doing here. What the fuck? But I could feel the energy in the room. And Kat was eating Jill out and had her ass in the air, and Jack comes up from behind and starts eating Kat, and then her ass. And I know that the picture in your mind right now, it's like a pornographic Dick, Jane, and Spot children's book, right? You've got Jack eats Kat. Kat eats Jill. Jack eats Kat's ass. Hear Kat moan. See Jill come. Kat makes Jill come. If anyone's got a publishing hookup, let me know. So when I'm there and I'm witnessing this sex train of flesh in front of me, I'm just like, wow, this is an orgy, man. Holy shit. And I'm fucking intimidated. But something, I wanted to participate. I said, I can do this. I want to do this. I can do this. So I've got my arms wrapped around Jill's head and massaging her breasts while she's like at the head of the train there, and Jack's got the caboose, and I'm like, yeah, I think it's time. So I reach, try to take off my belt, and it's like, fuck, man, that's my left hand. It's like a new belt. It's kind of tight. It's like some sort of infinite padlock of hell. If only I had a wingman. So I'm struggling with this padlock of a belt, and I turn to my left, and I see my long-haired, mustachioed friend right there, who is a bystander the whole time. Just, he's got this look on his face like, holy shit, man, are you going in? Are you going in? And I'm thinking to myself, man, I've known this guy since I was a teenager. We were just playing Super Nintendo like yesterday, I think. I've been eating his mom's Christmas cookies for almost 15 years. Like, what the fuck is this? So I look him in the eyes and I said, can you help a brother out? And then that look on his face just totally changed. Once he realized the potential he was about to unlock in my crotch, he was like Harry Houdini escaping from certain death. Boom. Oh! I was ready, and I wanted to please. So I started making my way down Jill's body and sliding my fingers in, finger fucking her. Oh, and more than anything else, Sounds turned me on. I was hungry. So I dove straight in, went down and started eating her out. And have you ever seen a tiger at a zoo like being fed? Like I was powerful. And I was assisted by her husband, Jack, who was, getting his fingers in there and taking care of the clit so I could go deeper and deeper. I licked my lips as she ejaculated. And I rose to take a breath. With cum glistening all over my beard, I looked up at Jill and Jack, and I thought, yes. I climbed up Jill, licking her stomach and playing with her breasts and licking around in a circle, and started kissing her and looked over at husband Jack and thought, yes. And he gave me this yes back. So I reached towards Jack and I kissed him. And this was not just a peck on the lips, like this was a real fucking kiss, okay? And as much as there was something unfamiliar of bristly beard on my lips that I had never experienced before, there was nothing uncomfortable about it. It was wonderful. We were in the moment, passionately kissing each other all the way. My entire life, there had been this boundary. That's what I like. That's something else. That's not for me. And in that moment, it was shattered. It took me a long time to understand this. It took me coming here to Bawdy Storytelling and hearing a storyteller last May share his most intimate, sacred stories with us. And he reminded me of an experience I had with color. For many months, I had been dyeing my hair blue. I was Neptunius. It's my favorite color. Who the fuck other color am I going to dye my hair? But dye fades, and it turns white, and I bleached it blonde, dyed it blue again, and kept going back and forth, and eventually it faded to bleached white again, and I was out of blue dye. But I had some red dye that I'd used on my friend's hair laying around, and I thought, no, I won't like that. I like the cool colors. I'm blue. That's red. But there was something else inside me that also said, why not? I mean, hair grows. If I didn't like it, I could just cut it off and say goodbye. So I dyed my hair red, and I loved it. I felt this whole other energy, this burning, fiery, passionate eruption of energy. It was a whole different feeling I had never experienced before. And what was most important is that I did not let my favorite color blue stop me from experiencing that. For the longest time, I let all of the internalized homophobia absorbed from the surrounding culture tell me there was some boundary there. But once I had crossed it, I realized that is beautiful too. I can enjoy that. But it didn't ever make me question my love of women. It just let me experiencing something more. Now, colors can be powerful and potent. They can make you feel in certain ways. And these clothes and these costumes we wear can make us feel powerful, but they can also be restrictive. You see, these clothes in our wardrobe, some of them we've chosen for ourselves, but some of them have been passed down like hand-me-down garments from our parents and our extended family. And that is why you should cultivate your fucking wardrobe. Throw out that old shirt that's no longer serving you and find an outfit that makes you feel powerful and free to be who you want to be. And that is why I stand before you today with my most colorful alter ego. Captain Rainbow, interstellar superhero. And my mission is to explore the boundaries of color, identity, and sexuality. Because just like the rainbow spectrum itself, there are not clear boundaries between everything. And in my experience, what I've learned is that sometimes you have to step over a boundary to realize it doesn't actually exist. I realized I was capable of loving people for who they are and not what they are. And God damn it, love should have no boundaries.